MLB The Show's coverage of Major League Baseball brings us to the great state of Florida. Jose Urena, the right-handed native of the Dominican Republic, will be the starter. Dan Plesac, what do you got?
This guy's a pretty good pitcher, and I was looking through the stats, and one thing jumped out at me, a sub 1.20 whip coming into this start. That tells me a couple of things. One, he's not afraid to throw strikes, and two, when he does throw strikes, he throws quality, and he still gets people out. It'll be fun to watch this guy work in this one today.
And we should see some 90s as we go forward. 88 degrees, our game time temperature. Taken, but called a strike. Liner toward right center. But this will not elude the right fielder's grasp as he ranges over to handle it for the first out. With that, here's the starting lineup for the visiting Philadelphia Phillies. Anybody catch your eye, Dan?
Well, Matt, I appreciate the way Bryce Harper plays the game. He's one of those guys who want at the plate in those big game-defining moments. He's such a clutch hitter. I love watching him in those situations, and hopefully we'll have that in this game as well.
Ready now, Cesar Hernandez, head-to-head with Jose Urena. He has 7 hits in 31 tries. He's also hit a couple of home runs against him. Lifted the other way to left center. Calling for it, O'Brien, and that's the second out of the inning.
Batting third.
So next to the plate for the Phils, Bryce Harper. First chance for him here in the top of the first with nobody on. Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. First pitch hacking here, and that's the first strike.
This offense has been warned. If they didn't know already, now they do know. He's got his A-game fastball with him today.
Set up away with the changeup, but it's 1-1. So let's take a peek at our umpiring crew in this one. Working the plate is Larry Bullard.
Hey, behind the dish, D-Roll, Larry Bullard. Pretty standard guy. Works the only problem.
And he turns on one, sending it high and deep to right. And that is off the wall. Throwing to second. And he's able to hustle his way up to second as he'll reach here with a 2-base hit.
Batting fourth.
As we take a look at this one, you can see he puts a good swing on it, but I don't think he got under it just enough to put some backspin to get it out of here. But hard to complain about a well-hit double, though.
Here comes the first pitch, and he fouls this one off. Comes set, the 0-1. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2. That fastball straightens him up a bit. 1-2 now.
Hey, I know we're only in the top of the first, but back-breaking blows are those 2-out runners in scoring position knocks, and they have a chance to capitalize right here.
Boy, D-Roll, you touched it on it right there. I think as a pitcher, you try to get through that first inning and not have to show all of your pitches and empty out the bucket. That 2-out double right now, he's going to have to buckle down to try to keep this game scoreless.
I got to count 2-2.
And that misses 2-2. Harper at second with 2 down. He's set. The 2-2. Fastball misses in the dirt as he tried to get him to chase the low one.
You can certainly tell at bats like this one frustrate the heck out of a pitcher. But you got to find a way to stay composed.
Swing and a miss. That retires the side, and that will do it. Danger averted following the 2-out double. Dallas Keuchel gets the starting assignment for the Phillies. What do we need to know here, Danny?
Here's a guy that numbers can be a little bit deceiving. He has a whip in the 1.3 area and above range. It's a little higher than league average. He's been a little bit inconsistent. One good game, one bad game, but don't let that whip fool you. This guy's a much better pitcher than that. And if he brings his A game, he could be awfully tough in this one.
Time now for a glance at the Marlins lineup card in this one. Who are you focused on, Dan Plesac?
Well, I'm hoping to see Pedro Alvarez get something going. He's coming off a month where he hit in the low 200s. I mean, he barely put up any resistance at all. That's not what you expect for him, and I'm sure he's working hard to try to figure it out and turn things around. There's a good slider down and in at that back foot. That's a tough pitch to lay off as a hitter and a great pitch as a pitcher. That's one of those, how could he not swing at that one? A good take there on that pitch.
2-1 after the foul ball there. One out, nobody on. Oh, and here's a drive. Well hit out to straightaway center. Not quite out of here. It's off the out-of-town scoreboard. And he'll reach second now with one away.
This thing stays in the park, but let me tell you something. He absolutely crushed this thing. This park is no bandbox. It takes a lot to get one out of here, and he almost does it. It carried a long time and hit it halfway up the wall for a long double.
A ball and a strike.
Oh, he thanks his lucky stars right there, getting away with that hanger. I cannot believe he didn't pull the trigger on it.
Runner at second here with one man out. The 1-2 is looked at for ball number 2.
Well, I think that pitch is the result of a lot of foul balls. He might have tried to do a little bit too much with it, trying to get him to swing through it, but it just ended up taking off on him.
Fouled away. Neither guy giving in. Here's the next one. And a changeup here, but that's taken low in the dirt for a ball.
He's definitely going to want to get greedy in his zone, and he's obviously seeing the ball well, or he would have swung at that pitch. Sometimes in these long, epic at-bats, you start to get into swing mode.
Harper is there. 2 down. In now is Pedro Alvarez. Runner in scoring position with 2 down. Fastball in there for a called strike.
That pitch was right down the heart of the plate, but obviously this guy had made up his mind on the on-deck circle. He was taken all the way, and he was going to zone him up.
Breaking ball below the zone. That's ball 1
and 2.
It's a great job to lay off on that nasty slider right there. It's the toughest pitch. It was my toughest pitch to lay off of. I was always sitting fastball middle away, and when that slider came out, boy, did it look like a heater for a long time.
Swing and a miss, and that ends the inning. Second inning coming up here in South Florida with no. Striding in, JT Realmuto.